and Saints here in Allegiant Stadium. And both teams are 3-0. So this is going to be an interesting game. Two 3-0 teams battling it out. For a shot at going to 4-0. And it's only here on YTN. So here we go. We're about to get underway from Allegiant Stadium.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
We are back to our international games. We just saw a game in Mexico. And now we have a game here in Vegas. Or, well, you guys didn't see the game unless if you follow my Twitch, which is Twitch_sports_network1. And it's all lowercase. So feel free to follow that if you want to watch the other games, as that's intercepted. So Mahomes on his first play of the game throws an interception, and that automatically ends the Chiefs' first drive of this game. Here's Winston now. So not good for Kansas City. Winston fires for Kamara. Kamara's brought down at the 32. And we will have to see if Kansas City can bring the heat, because as of right now, both teams are 3-0, trying to get to 4-0 as a big pass from Michael Thomas.
That's good for a Saints.
I think what we'll do is, for the All-Star, we'll just play the actual Pro Bowl. Kamara with the first down. So on the Saints' first drive after they get the pick, they're making good field. It's currently trying to get into the AFC touchdown or end zone, and Winston's going to get dropped when he tries to rush. So 2nd and goal.
Winston on the keeper. Willie Gay on the tackle.
One of these teams has to lose today unless if they tie. And that is picked off by Kansas City now. Kansas City, he's on the run, and he returns that to his own 29. So Mahomes and the Chiefs will see the ball again. And good defense there, in reality, to keep the Saints out of the end zone. And now you just gave yourself a chance to go back out there and do better. The Chiefs had not been on the road since week 1. And they actually came to this very stadium in week 1 and beat the Raiders 45-42. Then they were at home for weeks 2 and 3. And now they find themselves back here as the road team, but in a different game, obviously, during the Saints, and Mahomes is going to get sacked. So Cameron Jordan brings him down 3rd and 19. And Mahomes might struggle a little bit here. And that's intercepted again. Home teams are 1-2 here in week 4. They've lost twice, and they've only won once because Miami got the big win over the Pack. Just like over on, that was streamed on Twitch Sports Network 1 as his first pass is incomplete. So this is the second drive for the Saints, and the second drive for the Chiefs did not work either, as they threw another interception and another interception. This time he returns it to midfield. 2:53 to play in the first.
Intercepted. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Could this game be too good for each other, as they've thrown 2 picks? Each team's thrown 2 picks. Here's Mahomes, hands it off to Bell. Bell gets a gains gets the first down, rushes for 15 yards to the 35. That's what we were trying to say. So a 15-yard gain to the 35, and the Chiefs are at least in field goal position. As Hardman with the catch over the middle for the first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Well, we finally see a score. He just flips it to Kelsey, who goes back to the 27, so second and 14.
Travis Kelsey.
He was better off just throwing an incomplete pass there and having it be second and 10 instead of second and 14. Going for Robinson in the end zone, tipped and incomplete. So at least in the first quarter, we might not see a score. I feel like towards the second, third, and fourth quarters, we'll start to see scoring. As Robinson with the catch and gets it to the 18, so fourth down and 6. And never mind, out for a 35-yard attempt. Can Harrison Butker get the Chiefs on the board? And he does with 47 seconds to go in the first. So after 2 drives in a row where they throw interceptions, with 47 seconds to go in the first, they now get on the board, and New Orleans will come back out and go back to work as soon as Butker kicks this off and it's returned. So we see a field goal. We'll have to see what New Orleans can do. Can they get a touchdown, or will they match the field goal? We have not seen an overtime game since week 2. So maybe we'll start a trend of seeing overtime games in only even number weeks. We also will be calling tonight's game, Saturday Night Football, to wrap up the week, and that's going to be between the Patriots and Texans. That's still 4 games from now. But we got 3 matchups to play early, and that matchup will not be until about 5:30. As he gets that to the 33, and that's going to expire the first. So after 1 quarter, quarter full of interceptions, Kansas City leads 3-0. And we're just going to start the second quarter instead of going to a break like we normally would. Winston fires, open man, and he's stopped at the 7 by Terrion Matthew. So nice defense, but he still gets the first down.
That's another Saints first down. First and goal
Simon.
at the 7-yard line.
And down at the 1, and for some reason, welcome to the 1 viewer. Played through a quarter. Okay, well, maybe Simon just came out for that 1 play. I was wondering why Jameis Winston was running. Hands it off, end zone, touchdown, New Orleans. So 6-3, and literally we've only played a minute in the second quarter, and that happened. So here's Lutz to make it 7-3, and his kick is good. So we're playing in what the Pro Bowl was supposed to be played in IRL last season, playing in that stadium, Allegiant Stadium, and the first quarter full of interceptions. Each team threw 2 before the Chiefs finally kicked a field goal to get on the board. Now they get the ball back after the Saints touchdown. Pringle can't find his way through the men, and he gets stopped at the 30. Could have had a gain of more. 4:55, Mahomes takes over. His goal is to get down the field and try to score a touchdown. Currently, both these teams are 3-0. Only one, unless if they tie, only one will go to 4-0, and the other one will unfortunately suffer a defeat. Kansas City heads back to Missouri again next week, and then the week, or not next week, 2 weeks from now, the 22nd, the Chiefs head back to Missouri. Then the 29th, they are on the road again. So, and the reason why I say the 22nd is because we'll be having a break next week. So week 5 does not kick off until the 21st and 22nd. 21st will be our Friday night football game to kick off the week. And the 22nd will be our usual 7-game day, as that is caught at the 16. And then we'll have about 6 games on Sunday, and then our 2 Tuesday games to close up the week. So after the Tuesday night football games this week, as that's a touchdown for Kansas City, then we'll have a break, and Kansas City quickly answers and gets back in the lead. Butker to kick the extra point, and like we said, in week 1 when Kansas City played the Raiders here at Allegiant Stadium, they were trailing. They came back, tied the game at 42, sent it to, or no, they actually didn't send it to overtime. They picked off Derek Carr and the Raiders, got it into field goal range, and with 3 seconds, they kicked the field goal to win the game 45-42. And they find themselves in the lead 10-7 right now.
At their own 35-yard line.
Keep in mind, the Saints aren't entirely bad, though. They got the touchdown in the last drive. They'll be hoping to do that again. Jameis Winston, like I said, both teams 3-0. I mean, as long as not kill, like you keep changing his name to. Mahomes hits up Robinson over the middle, and I apologize about that internet quality connection, but unless if it fails, I have never had that happen yet with this new Wi-Fi. It's usually said that and then just went away, which is what it looks like it's gonna do here, hopefully. I really don't want to have to make this 2 different live streams, but I will if I need to. Oh, Mahomes rushes to the 42, so 2nd and 2. Mahomes open as Robinson. They've at least put them in themselves in field goal range to make it a 1-point game if they need to.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
I think they're going for a touchdown. Flag on the play. Oh, that is holding on the offense. So with 59 seconds to go until halftime, that's going to be a 1st and 20 for Kansas City. So unless if they can convert, they might be kicking a field goal. Going for Robinson, and he couldn't haul it in. Would have been a big touchdown pass if he could have held on. Instead, 2nd and 20.
Robinson, incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
Kelsey, did he catch it? No.
Mahomes pass, intended for Travis Kelsey, incomplete. Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
Kelsey could not catch it. Can Mahomes convert? Tipped into the air, incomplete. And I expect a field goal attempt out of Kansas City. Oh, they're going to go for it. So if they don't convert, probably not going to lead going into half, but Tipped in, almost intercepted. They're going to get the ball anyway. With 35 seconds to go until half. On 1st and 10, here's Winston. And they get a sack on him.
Jameis Winston sacked. A loss of 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
And another sack.
Jameis Winston
And Kansas City calls a timeout.
loss on the play. It's 3rd down.
Another sack. And Kansas City calls another timeout, but not really sure why. I mean, I guess you could burn up your timeouts, but
On to punt for the Saints.
and yeah, not going to do anything for Kansas City. So at halftime,
Of the first half, with the
New
score
Orleans leads 14-10.
Chiefs
And
have
here we go in the 3rd quarter. Who gets the ball? About 3 hours until the Xfinity Series goes green from Kansas Speedway, for those of you wondering. And Kansas City does not get the ball to start the second half. It's actually going to be New Orleans. And they're going to return that to the 34.
Deontay Harris on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So before halftime, Winston got sacked a bunch, but bad news for the Chiefs. Winston knows how to hang on to the football. I think the Chiefs were trying to bat it out of his hand in hopes of a fumble. They could have taken the field goal and instead trailed 13-10, but I guess I could see why you would want to go for the touchdown instead of being down a point. And how about this? Another sack on Winston.
Alex Okafor. Jameis Winston sacked. A loss of 6 yards. And it's
So let's see who travels home. Either way, I guess the teams wouldn't travel home entirely mad, as what a hit on Jameis Winston. Chris Jones, 3 sacks, 4th and 15. This game's getting good. Chiefs are playing some great defense. I think, though, that the Saints will get it together eventually. As, look at that. He can't go anywhere as the Saints stop him. Both teams have not lost yet this season, and from the looks of it, somebody's going to go home with their first loss of the year. Doesn't mean they'll necessarily be mad about going home with their first loss of the year, but probably not going to be that happy about it, because, you know, you work so hard to get to 3-0 and then you go and lose your first game. As gets that to the 43. And Mahomes said he's just trying to figure out what he did in the Raiders game to potentially stop the Saints. Even if it means he's going to be kicking a field goal, or even if it means Butker, not Patrick, even if it means Butker is going to be kicking a field goal through the post when they're down a point to kick a game-winning field goal. They will do anything. At halftime, the Chiefs said they would do anything for a win to try to go to 4-0. Meanwhile, the Saints said the same thing. They don't care if they're kicking it through the post. They said they don't care if they're kicking it through the post. I said it again. Well, you know what I mean. Kicking it through the post to that's what I was trying to say. Kicking through the post to tie the game or even take the lead. Because what if both teams are at 17? There's 3 seconds left in the fourth. They could kick it through the post and win the game 20-17. And same goes for the Chiefs. That's what they said. And another first down there for Kansas City.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
First and 10 from the opponent's 17. Here we go. End zone incomplete.
Mahomes pass intended for Mecole Hardman. Incomplete. Marcus Williams on the coverage.
Here's Mahomes. Flips it to Tyreek Hill. And he's stopped at the 13. So third down and 6.
Hill, the ball carrier. Demario Davis on the tackle. It's a gain of 4. Brings up
Mahomes
3rd and 6.
Going for Hardman, and that's incomplete. And I think this time they would rather take the field goal so that they're only trailing by a point. And they do, and it's good. So 14-13. And we'll have to see if Kansas City could get a stop with a minute 27 play in the third. So Kansas City still trails here. Currently down by 1 point. That actually, if they would have kicked that field goal before half and made it, they would be in the lead right now, 16-14. So that could be an example as to why maybe you should take the field goal and only trail by a point.
Deontay Harris on the return.
Versus getting no points and now being down a point because you didn't take that point when you should have. And Winston's going to get sacked back at the 8. Chris Jones again, 4 sacks now. 2nd and 22. Even if one of these teams loses today, because like they could end up tying. Like, you just never know. It's possible. Like, for an example, the Chiefs could kick a field goal and the Saints could get a safety and tie it at 16. But if one of these teams loses today, if the playoffs started today, though, they would still be going to the playoffs. As that's 4th and 16, and great defense by the Chiefs with 22 seconds left in the third. And now, because of that, they actually have a chance to try to get the lead. But they'll have to do it from the opponent 48. With 16 seconds to go in the third. They still got a whole fourth quarter, too, so you don't have to score in the third. But if it was 16 seconds to go in the fourth, then they would have to score in this quarter. And you probably would also want to call a timeout. As that expires the third quarter, so 13-14. Saints lead it by 1. Only 1 touchdown pass for the Chiefs. New Orleans had 2. And Robinson with the catch to the 22. So
that's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Nice job by the Chiefs to move the chains. 1st and 10. Bell to the 13.
Pass complete to Le'Veon Bell. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Saints' 13-yard line.
Over the middle and takes that to the 4. Could they get a touchdown to take the lead? I imagine, though, if they do get the touchdown, they're going to go for 2. And open is Bell for the touchdown. So now each team has thrown 2 touchdowns. And it looks like the Chiefs are going to go for 2.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
That's intercepted. So 19-14 with 4:31. And you don't want to go for an onside kick yet if you're the Chiefs. Or even do anything too silly. Because now you're in the lead by 6 points. Or no, let's fix our math here. So New Orleans would be a 5-point game, because if New Orleans kicks a field goal, that'd make it 19-17, and then they would be down by 2. So they have a 5-point game if New Orleans kicks a field goal. If they get a touchdown, then it's a 2-point game, or even a 1-point game if they don't get the extra point. Well, good news for the Chiefs. They could get a stop and try to take the ball back and try to make something out of this. Or they could leave themselves enough time on the clock, that way if
The Saints will line up for the 2-point conversion. The attempt.
I apologize about that. I am back.
Conversion is no good. That keeps the
So
score
the Saints did get a go-ahead touchdown,
Chiefs,
and
19.
they tried to get a 2-point conversion
To
if
kick off for New Orleans.
to at least tie the game, for a chance to tie the game if the Chiefs did get a game-tying field goal, but they were denied. So now Kansas City, with 3:51, has a chance at a game-winning field goal, but they're gonna have to do it from their own 30.
The Chiefs
3
take over
timeouts,
first and
3:47.
10
Can they do it?
at their own 30-yard
To
line.
come to get to 4-0, or will the Saints stop them and win this game by a point or even more? Tyreek, oh, he hauled it in. They're in field goal range.
For a Kansas City
And if you were the Saints, you definitely wanted that stop there, because if they get to 4th down, they're most likely going to go for this field goal. And then they're going to try to stop you. Bell has the first down, maybe 2nd and inches. No, not first down.
10 yards on the pickup.
But Sean,
It's second
I
and
talked to him.
inches at the Saints'
Sean Payton, I
17-yard
talked to him
line.
during halftime, and he said he's not going to be mad if his team was to lose this game, same as Andy Reid, because they started the season good. They just want them to do better. They just would want them to do better in the next coming weeks. So, in reality, even if Jameis Winston or Patrick Mahomes was to throw a game-costing interception, the coaches aren't going to necessarily be mad, but they don't want them to do that, as that's going to be a loss of 3 back to the 10, so we head to the 2-minute warning. And Kansas City has a chance to get a touchdown, which would put them 23-20, or a lead-taking field goal, which would give them a lead by 2 points, and then New Orleans would try to get a game-winning field goal, being down 1 or down 2, or Kansas City gets the touchdown and New Orleans gets it down the field and tries to kick a game-tying field goal. So those are your scenarios here in the final 2 minutes. As long as New Orleans leaves themselves enough time, they should be able to make something happen here. Edwards-Helaire to the 5.
25, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
Oh, that's intercepted.
Alex Anzalone.
That is intercepted.
Pass intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line. Winston's pass.
So 2nd and 3.
Josh Hill. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 10-yard line.
And nice stop there.
Alvin Kamara, the ball
3rd and
carrier.
4.
Damian Wilson on the tackle. A
Kansas
loss of a
City
yard on the play. It's now 3rd down
could set
and
themselves
4.
up in a game-tying field goal situation, or game-winning field goal. It's a fumble. Kansas City's on it. Touchdown! Unbelievable. And actually, no, I lied. So, I mean, New Orleans is going to need at least a touchdown. Look at that. Winston goes to throw for it on 3rd down and unfortunately fumbles it. Chris Jones is like, sorry, Jameis, but my team really needs this. So he picks it up. But keep in mind, the Saints aren't entirely out of it yet. There's still 48 seconds.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
And does not get the 2-point conversion.
Conversion is no good. That keeps the score. Chiefs 25. Saints
So 25-20, 48
Harrison
seconds.
Butker to kick off for
Can the Saints set up a game-winning drive? A field goal really does you no good here. Here's Harris. It's a fumble! And Kansas City's on it!
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Saints.
Could they get another touchdown? If it stands. It does. They could even go for a field goal and add to their lead. And not good for New Orleans.
Number 25, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the ball
So if the Chiefs score again, that's going to guarantee the Saints a loss. But kudos to the Saints. I mean, they didn't lose by much. I mean, what's going to happen here is it would be 32-20, and that's really not bad. That's only a 12-point loss. They could have been like the Packers and lost 41-16. So entirely, it's not bad if the Saints do end up losing this game by more than just 5 points, and Tyreek could not haul it in. That would have been a touchdown. So a 38-yard field goal attempt from Butker, and with 9 seconds left on the clock, it is good. So an 8-point game.
Makes the score Chiefs 28, Saints 20.
Could New Orleans do it? I mean, like, and at least for them, if they don't get it within 9 seconds, it's only an 8-point loss. But it's not what they wanted. They didn't want to lose the game. As good call to not return that one, as that would have taken precious time off the clock. Good news for them is they still got 3 timeouts, so if they do convert a big play, they still got plenty of time to hopefully make something else happen. And that is incomplete, and 3 seconds left, and Jameis knows that it's just going to be a Hail Mary now, and it has to go to the end zone. And then they have to get the 2-point conversion. But the Chiefs just marched their way with those 2 fumbles. The Chiefs just guaranteed themselves a trip to 4-0. And unfortunately, after 3 wins in a row for the Saints, they're going to fall to 3-1, as that is incomplete. So yeah, 3-1 as they lose 28-20 against the visiting Chiefs.
Final score, Chiefs 28, Saints 20.
So what a comeback for the Chiefs, really. I mean, they were down 19-20, they score the touchdown, missed the 2-point conversion, so it's 25-20. Then they get another fumble and kick the field goal to give themselves an 8-point win. 4-0 for the Chiefs, 3-1 for the New Orleans Saints, and really there's nothing to be mad about. Number 1, Saints didn't lose by much. It was only an 8-point game. Number 2, I mean, you're still doing good. You would still be in the playoff contention if they started today. So I think even though they lost, New Orleans will still leave the game happy, knowing that they also have home field advantage again next week at the Superdome. So in reality, just because you lose this game doesn't mean you can't turn it around next week and march your way to 4-1. But like I said, Chiefs march their way to 4-0, and currently in their division, they still lead. They're 4-0. Raiders are 2-1. Broncos 2-2 after kicking a nice 51-yard field goal to win over the Seattle Seahawks earlier today. And the Chargers are 0-3. Currently in the Saints division, I mean, unfortunately, they dropped to second. So, not what the Saints really wanted, but you know what? They're still doing pretty darn good, because the reason that they dropped to second in their division is because the Panthers are 3-0 and the Saints are 3-1. So the Saints moved from first to second in their division at 3-1. Panthers are 3-0, Falcons 2-1, and Buccaneers are 1-2. But that, like I said, that doesn't mean the Saints can't turn it around, because like we were saying, I mean, the Panthers could lose, and They lose this game, and then when we come back from the break, the Panthers could always lose another game, be 3-2, and the Saints could be 4-1. So it just depends. But they move to second in their division, as we say so long. Oh, actually not so long yet, because they play the 2-2 Bills next week, and that's in the Superdome. So based off of how the Bills are kind of performing this year, I think that the Saints will be able to get it done against them. Now we say so long. Chiefs are going against the Bengals next week.